What is going on, everybody? It's Dr. Chris Featherstone here yet for yet another episode of UnSKripted. Listen, it's Tuesday night. You know what that means. I have some of the biggest, the baddest, the best wrestlers of today and yesteryear. And tonight is no different. You know why? Listen, I got a list of names for you, and I want you to let me know who these lists of names have in common. Very interesting, really quick pop quiz for you. Lex Luger, the York Foundation, Harvey Whippleman, Shane Douglas, the franchise, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and Chris Jericho. What do those names have in common? Quick pop quiz. Quick 3, 2, 1. All right, you got it wrong. All right, listen, the right answer is they all were graced to have the presence of this guy. He is the resident bodyguard. He is a former WWE star. He is a former WCW star. He is Mr. Call him Mr., ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Hughes, how are you tonight, my man?
What's cracking, man? Good to be with you here late in the middle of the night. What's cracking, everybody?
Yeah, man.
Great to be with you.
Yeah, man. I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
Had a rocky road at the beginning, but we got it all straightened out, right?
Absolutely, man. All good to go, man. Interestingly enough, man, before we get into these questions, I met you at an indie event that I cover WrestleMania typically yearly. Do media coverage there, and I met you. It was some indie events, I think in Orlando, if I'm not mistaken, and that was like 2007. You and I talked, and you gave me your number. And you're like, yeah, man, just call me anytime. And yeah, I'll be on your show. And 5 years later, here we go, man. So it all worked out, man. So it's good
going down, my friend. It's going down. Life's good. God's just blessing me and everybody else involved, my friend.
Awesome. Before we get into these questions, man, let the listeners know any upcoming events or dates or signings you got, man.
Well, this weekend, I got a couple of gigs Friday and Saturday. The 3rd and the 4th up in Huntington, West Virginia. So if you're up that way in West Virginia, come on by and check us out. Got a meet and greet on Saturday from I think 9 to about 1 o'clock. I think up in Huntington, West Virginia. So if you're up that way and you hear Mr. Hughes going to be there, come on, drop by and see me. I always got a ton of merchandise, and I'll be glad to sign something for you. Of course, with a small fee.
And where can they find you on social media for those dates?
Well, I am on Facebook. I got 2 pages on there. One is Total Protection, Mr. Hughes, and the other one is Mr. Curtis Hughes. And then, of course, Instagram is Bodyguard Hughes. And I don't remember the Twitter. Because I don't use it that much. I just post stuff on it.
I think it's Bodyguard Hughes as well.
Night, though. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, say that again.
I think it's Bodyguard Hughes as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, everything's Bodyguard, So I'm not hard to find. Just look for the box, and of course, look for that.
Man, you still make the box look cool, man.
Well, it takes. I'm hanging on by a thread on that one, boy. Like old Red Fox said a long time ago, get a little hole in my natural. You know what I'm saying? Got to fill it in every now and then. But
still rocking it though, man.
Still out there, man. Still trying to entertain the fans, and on top of all that, man, just trying to teach people as well. And that I trained. I've trained thousands and thousands of young people, and of course, I've trained some superstars too. Quite a few, matter of fact.
Very nice.
Hey, let's cover how much time we got.
We got about 15, 20. Start name dropping, man. Some stars who you
well, there's some superstars I've trained. From Heath Slater, former tag team champion up at the WWF twice, champions, and of course Jonathan Gresham, Ring of Honor heavyweight champion, nice. Moose, Ring of Honor. Moose Impact champion. Apollo Crews, he was the Intercontinental champion and the U.S. champion. Now, all these people I'm naming, I trained, of course. Dexter Lomas, he was down there at NXT. Yep. And then Antoine Brewer, he's a referee down at NXT and WWF. It's always WWF to me, folks. So if you ever hear me say WWF, I don't use WWE. It's always WWF to me. And then, of course, Odinson, he's going around. He's in NWA. And then Baron Black, AEW, Chad Skywalker, he did some stuff with Ring of Honor, very talented individual. The athlete, Gabriel Dean, very talented individual, got a bright future as well. Kenneth Johnson, he was in 205 Live a few times.
Easy Woo, I'm friends with Kenneth.
Kenneth Johnson, yeah, you know him?
Yeah.
And then, of course, good guy, good talent. Kenneth Johnson's a very talented individual, man. And, I just wish him all the best. And, of course, I got a lot of talented people out there. I still train, though. So if you're interested, you want to be a professional wrestler and learn from the best and learn from the champion, the trainer of superstars, I say, give me a call, 404-668-7003. If you want yours truly, Total Protection and Training, I get in there with you, man. Hands on. And Jonathan Gresham, who's training people as well. I'm old school to the dirt. And, of course, that's what's going to get us back to getting people in the seats in these buildings, because the garbage that's going on right now ain't going to help it at all. There's no psychology. Nobody has no freaking gimmick. You don't know who's a baby face or who's a heel. I can go on and on, but this is your show, so I'm going to let you ask all the questions. But with that said, I have a tremendous wrestling tree of superstars. See if I can show it to you. The family wrestling tree.
Very nice.
It's got a whole bunch of superstars on it. And
is that Danhausen?
It's to teach young people how to perform in front of these fans that left. We got to get them to come back. How we get these people to come back? Old school. I talk to them all the time. I talk to people every day that's wrestling fans. They tell me what they want. They don't want what they see right now. Every person that comes to my table or comes to a show where I'm at, they say, man, I wish it was like the old days because it's not entertaining anymore. Well, hell, if I'm saying it and a few other old timers are saying it, well, hot dang, man, somebody got to change some stuff. That's why I train people, see, and I'm so proud of Jonathan Gresham, because he's teaching this old school style, and I'm talking wrestling, though. You understand? And it's very entertaining. He's done some some a couple of shows, tournaments he calls them, and they were pretty great. The first two that I attended were great wrestling shows because he brought in good wrestlers, and that's what I'm wanting to see, and the fans want to see it as well.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I'm an old school wrestling fan too. I've been watching wrestling for over 35 years, and
Oh
I
yeah,
get
no
it,
doubt
man.
about it.
Yeah, I get it. All right, let's
Yeah.
stick to these questions. Guillermo is asking, how was working for the AWF?
AWF was great. I had a great time in the AWF. Tom Saperstein, I believe his name is. What's his name was? Paul. Excuse me. My goodness, Lord rest his soul. Sorry about that, Paul. Paul Saperstein, who was the owner of UWF, was a great guy. I really, he was a good promoter. I mean, he was a good boss to work for. And, Vince was the same way. I really enjoyed working for the WWF because they took care of the talent that threw them money. And he was the same way, And when I had the opportunity to be one of the stars in UWF, man, it was freaking awesome. I mean, when they give you the rings and say, go out here and entertain these people, Mr. Hughes, you go out here and that's what I do. I mean, when you buy a ticket to come see yours truly, you're going to get your money's worth. I don't mess around. I mean, I might be up in age, but I still entertain in that ring.
Yeah. And the mean mug to boot.
Well, right. People when people come to wrestling shows, okay?
Yep.
There's a lot going on in their life, so they want to have a little release. So if you're a bad guy, it helps them out. When you come out to that ring, they can chew you out and do whatever. Mm-hmm. Have a good time safely. They don't put the hands on you, but they're letting some steam out. I've been cussed out and called everything but the child of God. But by the time I left that match, those people are so satisfied. They go, I'm coming back when I see that guy on the card. And that's how I teach. See, I teach people how to draw people in. So when they see you, they're going to say, every time that guy's on the card, I'm going to go see him. That's what it's supposed to be like. Nowadays, everybody and their mama training everybody, man. Nobody's qualified. That's why the matches and the shows suck. I'm just being honest. Wait a minute, lie about it? Like a lot of guys do. Oh, man, wrestling's great, man. And, we're selling out this and selling out that. Bull crap. That's bull crap. I know garbage when I see it. Guys don't do psychology no more. They don't entertain the fans no more. They just go out there among themselves. What I mean by psychology, you can't kick a guy in the head 3 or 4 times in a match, expect him to walk back to the dressing room. Where's the psychology, man? That's why people don't watch wrestling no more. You understand what I'm talking about here? It's got to get back to what got us to this point, and that's old school wrestling. That'll never die, no matter what people try to do out there. Whoever buys what company, whatever, if y'all ain't got professional wrestling involved, what got us to this point, you ain't going to make no money. You ain't going to last. You're going to lose money big time. And you're going to fold like all the rest of them.
Curtis, I just had this conversation with someone recently. I was watching the AEW pay-per-view, and I'm old school, man. I'm old school when it comes to wrestling, and I like the baby faces and the heels, man.
Sure.
Tried and true method. The baby faces and the heels. Right. And I was telling someone, I said, man, I just can't stand the lack of baby face and heel dynamic nowadays. Yeah. I cannot stand a baby face. I can't stand a heel who's trying to get cheered. That irks me to the core, man, because that's so selfish to me. A heel that's trying to get cheered, that's eliciting cheers.
Yeah. Oh my God, that just
it irks me to the core, man. It's to me, it's so selfish. Like, you're supposed to get all the heat in the world to make the baby face look good, but if you're sucking the cheers, if you're taking the cheers away from the baby face, you're not putting the baby face over. You're putting yourself over. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, when I teach young people, okay, there's one thing that I try to explain to them that the simplest way I can say it. Wrestling is not that complicated. You understand? It's
agree
real
with that.
simple.
Yeah.
You got good guy and you got bad guy. You understand? Good guy, bad guy. Heel, baby face, right? And that's what people are paying to come see.
Yeah.
They want to see heel versus bad guy, good guy. They want to see good guy versus bad guy. They want to see the heel be a prick, excuse my language. They want to see somebody that they can scream at. Now, I say it all the time. It's real simple. The heel's job is to get the babyface over with wrestling first. See? That's psychology. You got to get the babyface over with wrestling first. That way, the fans, oh, he's a better wrestler than that other guy. And I kind of like that guy better because the babyface, you get him over enough where you have to eventually start cheating. See? That way, the fans already got you're established who's the good guy, who you want to cheer for, who you want to boo for. They don't get it because they haven't been taught that. See? You cannot open up a business and you don't know how to teach people how to wrestle.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just taking their money. Because I done had people come from all over this world to me that paid thousands and didn't know anything. See, before you get into business, people, if you ain't in it yet and you're thinking about being a professional wrestler, you better do some research first before you go to any school around this planet. Because today, people rob you out of your money. You're not guaranteed to get a gig. They might throw you on a couple of shows, make you happy, but your career ain't gonna go nowhere. See, I train for longevity. If you look at all the people I've trained and I told you about, all those people are successful. Why? Because I taught them the right way. I was taught that way. God blessed me to do that. So now I'm teaching other people to have a career. And then other people that I've trained are teaching other people. It's like a chip off the old block. It just keeps going on and on. But they're teaching them the right way. You understand?
Yeah, good point. Rarito's asking, greetings from Puerto Rico. What was it like teaming with the Junkyard Dog to feud with the Vegas Connection? And what are your best memories you have of tagging with Big Van Vader, Cactus Jack, and Vinny Vegas?
Boy, that's a lot of questions, man. Can we go? What was the first one?
Yeah, let's start off with what was it like teaming with JYD to feud with the Vegas Connection?
Well, Lord rest his soul, Junkyard was a good guy, man. We used to go, me, him, and Ron used to go fishing a lot together. And we had a good time on the banks. And we'd catch a lot of fish, but we had a great time. And in the ring, he wasn't a good wrestler. He just had a good gimmick. And he was just fun to be in the ring with. You understand? Even though Junkyard had a good gimmick, once he figured out how to do the thing, that's the key right there. I tell young people all the time, you got to have a good character, a good gimmick. You got to work that gimmick. You have to freaking put together your character and the way you dress. You can't be too dark. People got to see you. You got to wear boots instead of kick pads. That era is over, man. Why do people wear kick pads and they don't kick? You understand? It's called professional wrestling. Get you some boots, get you some tights, get a vest, get a jacket, get a robe, get something so we know what kind of gimmick you are portraying so the people can respond accordingly. If people don't know what you are, they ain't going to respond like you want. It's as simple as that. I see kids all the time go to the ring, don't have no jacket on, don't have no vest on, they don't have nothing on to let the fans know what they are. Yeah. I don't care what year it is, it's still professional wrestling. Fans want to see characters, man. Yeah. Who told you people that it's different now? Ain't nothing gonna change. If we don't get back to old school, you ain't gonna have no wrestling to watch. It's all gonna be on YouTube and the WWE network, period.
Now, we're seeing that with ratings. We're seeing that with ratings nowadays. So, yeah.
Oh, the ratings. Everybody's worried about the ratings. Ooh, ratings. All right, we're going to put some garbage on TV for a period, see if they like it or not. If they like it, we're going to run with it. Yeah. Okay? And you're killing the business with it, man. You can't kick a guy 30 times in the head and then roll him up with a scoop. Garbage, bro. Okay, that's not professional wrestling. So if anybody's saying, "Oh, that was a good match," I didn't watch matches with people, and it's hard for me to sit and watch a match because I'm sitting there critiquing the thing.
Yeah.
I went home one time and to visit my family, and I'm sitting there in my sister's crib, and me and my brother-in-law watching some wrestling on TV. I mean, he's enjoying it. I'm looking at him like, what?
Mhm.
Did you just see that? Really? You like that? And he's old school too. I was like, man, they got you brainwashed too, huh?
Mm.
You know.
Aaron's asking, what are your memories of working with Harley Race?
Oh my goodness, man, that's gonna be a long answer, my friend. Harley Race was the man. He was the reason why I got into professional wrestling. If it wasn't for that dude, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you about wrestling. Why? Because when I was a little bitty fella, I was about 9, 10 maybe, laying in my room watching TV on the black and white television. That's how long ago that was, back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And I seen a match between Harley Race and Rufus R. Jones, man. I'll never forget it. It was just like yesterday. And this match was awesome. It got a little color in it. But that match right there, I was like, oof. And I watched it over and over, and I always wanted to watch Harley, and Harley was the best. See, he was the best. He was better than Flair, Hogan, all them cats that had a heavyweight title. He was the #1 guy. You hear me? It wasn't Hogan. It wasn't Flair. It wasn't none of them cats. It was handsome Harley Race. Yeah. Because why was he the best? Man, that dude went all over this planet defending that belt, wrestling everybody. That's why they had all these other territories, Mm-hmm. So then that lets you know he was the best. By the time Hogan and Flair got going, all the territories was gone. See? You follow me? So when somebody tries to say, oh, Flair was the best, or Hogan, no. Harley was the best, because if you know your history now, and you've seen how many stars, big time names Harley done wrestled all over this planet, then you'll agree with me. But it was a blessing to me to have an opportunity to wrestle him, first of all, once I got trained and graduated and started doing shows in Kansas City.
Yep.
When the promoter, Bob Geigel, told me that, I got a booking for you in Iowa with Harley Race, you're riding up with me. What? Ain't no more kayfabe, so who cares, right?
Yeah.
So I said, man, I was sitting there doing this the whole time. But when I got up, and he taught me a whole bunch on that one trip. Mm-hmm. But boy, the whole time my brother was parking because he was going 100 miles an hour. See, but on that trip, I learned a lot from that dude. And then we got together in WCW. How good is God? He's very good, my friend, because I lived my dream. I got to hang out with the guy that that mentored me, that got me interested in wrestling. I mean, man, I'm a Christian, man, and God he blesses me tremendously. I mean, from the time I was born up to the present, my friend, everything is great. So yeah, Harley, Harley was the man. I really enjoyed. He taught me a lot, and I'm passing it on to other people, man. It's great. Yeah.
Nadir is asking, have you ever met Chris Benoit, and how was your experience? If you did.
I met him a long time ago. This is before he got a break. I met him up in Canada a long time ago. This is before he even got in WWF. WCW actually. That's how long ago this was. He was probably still, I think, finishing up training or something like that. I met him one time. That's about it. Yeah.
Elvis is asking, Mr. Hughes, how was it being part of the first ever King of the Ring against Mr. Perfect? What memories do you have with Mr. Perfect?
Well, Mr. Perfect, man, let me tell you something, man. Anybody that gets in the ring with Mr. Perfect, Lord rest his soul, if you got in the ring with Mr. Perfect, man, you was a lucky freaking wrestler. Why? Because that guy was good. I mean, he made me look like $1 million. I don't know if y'all saw that match, but everything I did to that man, he made it look like $1 million. From the time I punched him and he went over that freaking rope, all that. But in my mind, when I was in that dressing room, I was like, man, this is amazing. I get to wrestle Kurt Hennig, man. We gonna have a ball. And all we needed was the finish. See, you know, and that's what I teach, man. I don't teach out garbage talking for hours in the dressing room over a freaking match. Come on, guys, learn how to wing matches. That way they're authentic. It's all from here in your soul. You can't go out here and talk about a match in the back for 3 hours and think it's going to pan out the way you thought you was going to make it pan out in the back. It don't work like that. That's why it's called professional wrestling. Yeah. You're supposed to be a professional. You ain't supposed to talk about that stuff in the back. Reason why you talk about it in the back, you ain't been taught right. Somebody didn't teach you correctly. They didn't indicate to you that you have to wing a match. So the people can't see you out there talking. We already lost a whole bunch of them already. We got to bring some people back. Yeah. You can't bring people back if everybody knows, you know, they already know it's a work, but you can't go out there and play it like that. You're a freaking worker, dude. You got to play it like they don't even know it's a work. That's how I teach that stuff. That's why when people go watch people out train, they go, man, that guy's freaking good. There's a reason why he's that way. Because he's been taught psychology. You can't be no wrestler if you don't know psychology. Who told you you could? Period.
True. Reese was asking, what was it like sharing? Was it like sharing the room with Bret Hart?
What was sharing the ring with Bret?
Sharing the locker room with Bret.
Oh man, shoot, man, that was. Some people didn't get opportunities to do that. I mean, a lot of people didn't get opportunity to get in the ring. I mean, to share a locker room with Andre the Giant. You know, boss. I mean, yeah. I had opportunity to be in the presence of that man, but Bret was a nice guy to be around. We rode together. Me, him, and Owen rode together a couple times on the road, you know. Yeah. And so we was pretty cool. And I still see him on Fan Fest, and then give him a big hug. It's awesome to see him. But you know, back when I was there in '83, a lot of the big names were still there. And just I can remember being in the locker room before The Rock, you know, got hot. You know what I'm saying? I remember sitting in the dressing room with him, getting dressed, and he's got a notebook and he's writing down stuff he's going to say out there in the freaking ring on his promo, see? And I'm sitting there going, damn, Dwayne, you going to say all that stuff? He goes, I'm going to try. You know, but just let the reins go on him, and voila, look what he's doing now. See, you know, he saw Cash Cow and he ran with that mother. I don't blame him. Yeah,
got a time. Got time for a few quick man, bro. Nice. Got time for a couple minute, 2-minute lightning rounds. Let's get as many questions as we can in 2 minutes. Bill Apter's in the building. Bill Apter says hello.
Who did?
Bill Apter says hello.
Bill Apter.
Yeah, Bill Apter's in the building.
Hey, what's up, Bill? That's hey, buddy. How you doing, my friend? Think of all those good pictures you took through the years, my buddy. We'll see you on that road, though, pretty soon.
Yep.
Got a cramp in my damn hip.
Jen said you're looking good and healthy. You all right?
No, I had a cramp in my hip. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Gotcha. All right, real quick, let's do a 1-minute lightning round. Miguel is asking quick answers. Do you still believe in less is more?
Yes, I still do. You know, that's the thing. That's where the psychology comes in, see? Because, you know, if you're doing something, you know how to work in that ring, you know that back in the day, you know, we was on the freaking road almost every day of the week, see, doing shows. And, you know, different towns, different states, whatever. And you might be working the same guy for a couple of 6 weeks or maybe. Yep. And so that means you can't put all in that one match because you're going to work that guy over and over and over. You feel me? So each night, be like, okay, I might throw this in there and subtract this. Because you can't put everything out there, people. Young people do it all the time. They think they got to put everything they got in one match in front of the people. And then next week, what are you going to do? Next gig, what are you going to do? Next gig, what are you going to do? See, that's what that less means less, you understand, than more. Because if you put everything out there the night you go out there to work and they bring you back, you're going to say they already seen everything. Exactly. So they're not going to pop as well, see? Yeah. That's what you got to remember about psychology, young people. That's what I mean.
Yep, I agree. Philip is asking, what was it like being in the ring with the Undertaker, man? You stole his urn, Curtis. You stole his urn.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let me see if I can grab it. Get over here. Yes, I did.
Oh, he got his urn.
Yes, I did. He didn't get it back either, my God. Yes, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. I thank God for the opportunity. I thank Vince McMahon for the opportunity, because without them two, it never would have happened. And it was boy. Just imagine you're a wrestler and you're walking down this aisle and the place is just packed, 20,000, 30,000 people. Yeah. And they're there to see you get beat up. Okay? Mm-hmm. And just imagine you standing in the back waiting for the music to play to walk out there, see? And so it was how do I say it? It was a dream come true, man. I mean, because Undertaker was a hot potato back then. All the boys wanted to work him, and I got blessed to work him. They tucked me in from way in the back of the line, right? And stuck me in front of everybody. A lot of guys were pissed. You know, young black guy come in, he get the gig with the Undertaker. The business already prejudiced, bro. I ain't gonna lie about it. You paint a pretty picture. And it was cutthroat, man. So when I got that deal, a lot of guys was like, oh, hell no, he didn't get my spot. And try to come up with all these different lies, stooging on you. You know what I'm saying? To get you out that spot. Anybody tells you wrestling is freaking just straight up and up, they're lying to you. This business is ain't nobody your friend. Ain't nobody your friend. But anyway, it was great. It was awesome working with the Undertaker in that ring. I'm glad I had the opportunity to experience that, because that kind of took my career off a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna respect your time. There's questions that are still there, but that's why super chats are important, because I unfortunately can't get out to all the questions. Again, Mr. Hughes, Curtis, let them know about some upcoming events and dates that you have, my man.
Like I said, I'm up in West Virginia, 3rd and 4th this weekend up in Huntington, West Virginia. And then the 11th and the 12th, I'll be in Texas for a fan fest up there. So if you hear about that one. And then, of course, the 28th and the 29th, I believe I'm back up in West Virginia. So next month is going to be a pretty busy month. So if you're friends of Total Protection Mr. Hughes on any of the social media pages, just keep your eyes open. Also, too, got an action figure coming out with Zombies and Sailors and another company in another year. But Zombies and Sailors, the Total Protection Mr. Hughes action figures coming out pretty soon. And Zombies and Sailors, they got the best looking action figures. Thus far, I didn't see them now. Now, I didn't see some other ones, but, thus far, because I seen one that they did a Bruiser Brody, and it was great. I mean, it had the gimmicks, scars, and everything. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Mr. Hughes is going to look like. Of course, when I got it all together and told him what I wanted to do, I said I wanted that 93 Mr. Hughes, and the urn's going to be in there. So once that gets all set, you can better believe that urn's going to be in that package of Total Protection Mr. Hughes action figure. Also, too, you want to be a professional wrestler, give me a call, 404-668-7003. Why? Because I teach you how to wrestle, folks. I'm a trainer of superstars, so don't you forget.
Very nice. Curtis, has been a pleasure, man. Thanks for coming on the show tonight.
You bet. Do it again. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Peace.